Hi, I'm Charlie.
Hi, I'm Dima.
And we are the Two Dirt Blocks. Hello everyone and welcome to another video from the Two Dirt Blocks. Charlie and Dima, it's a pleasure to welcome you all. So, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing another tour video. And today we're just going to be looking at one thing because it's quite a large project. And that is St Paul's Cathedral, which, as you can probably guess, is situated right behind me. So this was a project I worked on maybe 2 years ago, year and a half. I'm not quite sure, but it's one of my favourite projects. It's certainly stands out in our London skyline. So let's give you the tour. We'll start off by giving you an aerial tour. So here we have an aerial view of St Paul's Cathedral. This took me quite a while to get the sizing right for the kind of the top there, the bit on the top for the cathedral, and trying to figure out exactly the dimensions, using a lot of photos that I'd taken at St Paul's itself. I've been there, and some photos I found online as well. The garden was added very, very recently. But just to comment, obviously, as you can see, there's not as much development around the area of St Paul's yet. We're still building up the area around St Paul's. But yeah, we'll have a look inside. So Dima's going to join me around the front of the cathedral and we'll take a look. Okay, here we are at St Paul's Cathedral in the front. So let's go and have a wander in. Dima's right here.
Yep.
La, la, la. So let's take a look inside St Paul's Cathedral. Here we are. I tried to structure this and design this based around the actual St Paul's Cathedral. Obviously there are differences. There are things that I have added, that I've wanted to change, or differences that I've incorporated. But yeah, this is the central bit here. Again, we've got the kind of raised ceiling and the columns and the seating in the centre, the pews. Dima, you have any comments so far?
I really like the ceiling, especially with the gold here in the middle.
Yes, let's take a look at that middle section. Don't worry guys, we'll go back to the sides in a moment. Let's take a look at that middle section. We've got the dome there. I tried to make sure it was quite lit up, but also that the top was a bit darker, so we still got an idea of kind of how tall it was. It was also quite difficult because what I've done, you'll see, is there's a set of stairwell that goes to the top of the dome, which I'll show you a little bit later. And I've learned from my previous lessons with the first cathedral that we showed you, in that I didn't leave doing the pathways up to the top sections till last minute, and I've actually tried to incorporate that into the design, but it's still quite difficult to try and fit that into the ceiling, the kind of pathway. But yes, I love the golden bit and the bit at the front here as well. I think it's quite nice.
And the layering you did is really amazing.
Oh, thank you very much. I love a bit of layering.
With the stairs and the things and the blocks. It's really, really great.
Thank you. And we can definitely do a bit of discussion on layering as well later on. In another video, we can talk a little bit about layering and different building techniques, so we can definitely go into that. I'm just going down a side corridor here before we go into that kind of front centre section, just to show you the little side corridors that we have here. We've got little areas here, small little chapels for people to worship. That is meant to be a Jesus. It's always a bit difficult to build that in person in Minecraft, but that is what it's meant to be. I'm not perfect, guys. I'm not perfect. And then if we just head over here, we've got another one very similar as well. We have got some stairwells that go up to the top section, and the crypt. We'll explore those a little bit later once we've had a look at the kind of base area. So let's make our way through this centre bit that we've already seen and just take a look here at this front section. So here we've got the area for the choir. I know Dima said you liked all the layering of the gold here. And we've got a kind of little chapel area here, somewhere for someone to stand and speak. Yeah. Anything else to say, Dima, so far?
I really love the colors too. It's really nice how it's like it's the reddish and then the gold and the blue, and it's really great.
Thank you. That's really nice of you to say. Thank you.
And the stained glass.
And the stained glass. I love a bit of stained glass. Love a bit of stained glass. Learned that from the first cathedral. Absolutely love it. And I've tried to use bamboo stairs to try and kind of look a little bit like gold, because we don't have gold stairs, of course. So, let's explore some of the upper area, and then we'll take you on a tour to go up to the top of the cathedral and then down into the crypt as well. So let's go up some stairs. We've got some stairs here. We're going to cut this bit out going up the stairs because I don't want to make people sick again. So here we are at the top. I'll let Dima teleport up to us. Hello, Dima.
Hi.
So there are several bell towers. There are two at the front, and again they are functioning bell towers. So here we go. Let's have a listen. There we are. And this is also meant to be the chain that they pull. I remember some time before doing this particular cathedral, I visited a church and I got to go up to the bell tower and actually pull the physical chain, the kind of physical rope for the bell. So I wanted to kind of incorporate that into my design here. So obviously you can't actually pull it in Minecraft, so we just have a little lever in the side. But yeah. And this is a little area up here. I'm just going to make it day, guys. Just to make it a bit easier for everyone to see. So this is a little area up here. So a lot of like churches or cathedrals, they might have like little areas for activities to take place. Maybe there's a kids club, or maybe there's some kind of church group, and that might kind of happen up in these small areas. We've also got a little bit of access to the roof here. Here we are. You can see the dome up there, and it does look nice, doesn't it? I do like it. Yeah. You've even got Emerald Tower. That's in the distance. Emerald Tower. Let me know if you want a tour of that. Davey, you might not be able to see that on your screen, but it's in the distance.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and we've got the dome in the centre, and then little windows so you can see into the cathedral itself. And then if we head back down, so there's another one very similar, basically a replica to this on the other side of a little seating area. I think it's the same. I will have a look, and if it's different, I will cut it out. If it's the same, I will cut it out. If not, you'll see me there in a moment. Here we are. So I said to you guys that I wasn't sure whether the other side of the cathedral was a replica or not, but it isn't, so I just wanted to show you this. It's a little office area here, any admin that needs to be done for the cathedral, and again another little door. It's exactly the same in that respect. And then we're just going to go and explore the upper sections of the little walk around area. Okay guys, so I'm just at a set of stairs here. I'm going to fly up these stairs to avoid making you guys feel ill. Here we are. So,
I'm still on my way.
Dima's on her way. So whilst Dima's on her way, I would just stand at this section here. So this is the little kind of walk around balcony that we have that kind of wraps around the top interior of the cathedral.
Oh wow.
You get a nice view from here. You can walk around different sections. There's not too much in terms of like seating or anything up here. Or decorations, but you really get to kind of admire the cathedral from a different angle. I mean, you can stand here and look right in the centre there and look down and see the whole kind of cathedral.
It looks really amazing. The space is really big, and I really like the layering. It's so amazing.
Thank you. I would always say layering is one of the most important parts of construction. It's really what adds kind of depth and realism, I feel like, to projects. It's really important when you're building older buildings like a cathedral or any kind of period structures I always use a lot of layering there because it's really, really important to have a lot more than one structures.
I think also it takes the building from being square or rectangle to having more like a rounded thing to it.
Absolutely, and that is very difficult to do in Minecraft, but layering really, really helps with that. So, we've explored this section. We're now going to go and fly down to that door, and you can see there's a door down the bottom there. I believe it's that one. And that door is going to take us all the way up to the dome. So let's have a look. Here we are, main stairwell. So we've got access to the crypt here. We've got access to the dome. Actually, Dima, what would you like to tour first? With the viewpoints of the dome area at the top, or the crypt?
Let's go to the crypt.
The crypt it is. So here we go, guys. We're going to go down to the crypt. Cut this bit out, Dima, so that people don't feel sick, please. Okay. Here we are, guys, in the crypt. Now, this crypt is a little bit more intricate than the crypt I developed for the first cathedral. In some aspects, it's based on the real St. Paul's Cathedral crypt. In some aspects, it's not. The first area, just to have a look at, similar. This bit's very similar to the Augsburg Cathedral. You've already probably seen if you've watched other video doing some tours. But this is again a kind of chapel area for any kind of sessions to take place down here. The lighting is intentional to be quite gloomy. We wanted to kind of keep it like that as a crypt. Again, another little chapel area here as well, just a smaller version. Again, when the worship takes place. Then we've got 3 corridors, and this is designed off of, this is kind of inspired by the real St. Paul's. So in real St. Paul's there is like a, I believe like a tomb in the centre pathway, which is here, and we've got 2 separate pathways down the side as well. So we'll have a look down the centre, the one first. Now, what I've tried to include here is actually stories around these crypts, because our world that we've built here has a history, has a past. There's, I might mention before, there's like a official timeline with historic events that have happened in the past in this world that kind of build it up to be what it is. And I like to add in lots of little stories from different points in history that have kind of developed to make this world, and it just adds a bit more character. Now, precursor to this, I'm not going to read it out to you. I will quickly scroll through the pages so you can get an idea, and if you want to pause and have a read, absolutely do. But pretext for this, these books don't have autocorrect, or like they don't spot spelling mistakes, so there are a lot of typos and spelling mistakes, all this kind of stuff in there. And I'm not a writer, okay? But I will show you briefly that if you want to have a read, feel free to pause the video and have a read. I'll go through all the pages, but basically there's a few of these books that I'll show you that have the history of the world and the history of what the kind of this tomb is. So this is page 6, apologies, this was read before, so here we go. Tomb of Sir George Farewell. These are all made up characters and made up points of time. And again, it's slightly different because of the time, because of the context of the world. Some of the timelines might seem a little weird, but it's all kind of made up. But yeah, feel free to have a read if you want to. And yeah. I don't know, Dima, if you have any comments on anything so far?
I really like the things that you write in the books.
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite funny, isn't it, sometimes? Especially when someone spots a typo, which there are many.
I love the things that you write. I love reading them.
Thank you. Right, we'll head into the corridors. Both of these side corridors are quite similar, so we'll just go down one of them. They've each got kind of, again, it's similar to the real St. Paul's. We've got little items on display, little bits of history. If I show you any of my museums later on, some of my museums actually have a whole guidebook that talks through different items. This isn't one of those. Obviously, we have got books on the central items. Speaking of which, here we are in another tomb. Dima, I don't know if you want to say anything about this.
It looks really cool.
Thank you.
I love. I really like the flooring that you used the calcite. Is that called calcite?
Yeah, calcite, I think it is, yeah. Thank you. Yes, it kind of looks a bit like marble, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really nice, and I enjoy it. I can't... Oh, let me change the weather.
I really like how like the things are meeting in the center, and
Yeah.
the layering to it, so it's going like really like this kind of.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. The layering on the ceiling was really difficult to do. I kind of wanted to kind of incorporate, yeah, as you say, like kind of central filling, everything moving into the center and different layers kind of building up. There's a book here. I will again slowly, I will quickly flick through it, and if you want to have a read, feel free to have a pause. Fivland, for context, by the way, it's Fivland, not Fiverland. That is a typo. Fivland is what the world was originally kind of called when it was first around, when I was first playing it with friends on the Xbox. That's where we started it when I was younger, and then I transferred it over to PC. So Fivland is what it was originally called. There's some context here. Again, these aren't all things that I actually played through when I was younger, but they're just events that I've created to kind of give some context to the world. So yeah, feel free to have a read through of the book. It's pretty weird. I'm not a writer, but enjoy. So yeah, and this tomb, obviously, which I think is lovely, and obviously is linked up to a person as well that's in the world, an imaginary person. And then yeah, we just have a little seating area here, just where people have finished kind of walking through, some toilets that people can use. Nice, basic, simple toilets. Nice and simple. Again, this is London, so we do have a sewer system, but most of the areas in the world are not linked up to the sewer system. Here we are. And then we have some stairs to exit up.
Yeah, there's books that you have. I really love reading them, but I'm always worried that I'll click wrongly on them and then destroy them. So I always leave them alone.
Oh, well, that's all right, dear. If you want to have a read of them, you let me know, and I can make sure you're all right. But to assure you, I have thought of that context more in the context of, and I'm sorry, Mum, but my mum, because I know that she will break things by accident. So I actually have backups of all the books I make that are stored. There's a national archive. There's a national library that I built a while ago, and I store all the backups of any books I write there. So you don't have to worry if you actually break something. I have backups.
Okay,
You're all good. So feel free to have a read. Okay, guys, we had a slight technical glitch midway through the video, so you might notice that Dima's video looks slightly different. That's because we've swapped the camera over because we had a slight problem that cropped up. But let's carry on. So yeah, we pretty much finished the crypt. You just basically wander up these stairs here, and then come back out here. So we're now going to wander down to that door again, and then I will go up the set of stairs. Dima, if you could cut out any sections where I'm going up like spiraling stairs, but keep the corridor, if that's okay. Any sections where I'm going on a corridor. Dima is our lovely editor. She's brilliant. Time today. Alright guys, so this time we're going to use the main stairwell to go up. So we're going to go up, all the way up the stairwell.
I think I'm in the wrong place.
Let me tell you. Okay guys, so I've just been walking up this corridor here. We're just cutting it out so we're not making anyone sick. But you can see here it was very difficult to incorporate the actual tunnel in to get up to the dome. So I've used these trapdoors to kind of hide the stairwell, because otherwise bits of it would be sticking outside and this and that. So it's had to be a very creative solution to this. But here we are. We now have a little bit when we're up the top here. Now again, guys, just for context, this is not good health and safety here. We can fall off. It's not like the real one. But you get a little bit of a wander around here. It's a nice little viewpoint. But I won't really show you this because we're going to go further up. Because we can go further up the dome, and then you get a much better viewpoint from the top. So we're going up, up, up this ladder. In the real one, it's all staircases, but that was difficult to fit in. Okay, here we are at the dome top section. And here we are. If we wander around this way, you can probably get a nice view from up here. Here we are. So this is the view you get from the top. For some context, if you want to learn about some of these buildings, we've got Emerald Tower to the left. That's quite a new business tower that I built. The big red building that Demon's just in front of at the moment, that's just, let me just fly up. That big red building there in the background is a big kind of business office for one of the key businesses in the world. We've got the London Eye. You can probably see that garden on the other side of the river with lots of different things in it. That's a natural history museum. Let us know if you want a tour of what we've done there so far. What do you think of the Natural History Museum, Dean? You've seen it, haven't you?
It's really amazing.
What have they got? What have we got there, Dean? What kind of things have we had in the Natural History Museum?
Oh, the dinosaurs.
The dinosaurs.
The dinosaurs are really, really cool.
The dinosaurs. I mean, they're pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. They're pretty cool. We've got there's that orange building behind that garden is a fire station. Let us know if you want tours of any of these buildings, by the way. And obviously, I'm not talking about all of them. There are lots of other buildings here as well. That yellow/orange tower is where my penthouse resides. And yeah, so and obviously we've got Tower Bridge, which I think has featured in one of our other videos before. So that's the lovely view you can get from the top here. You get to wander around, and there's also a little door somewhere. Here it is. You can wander in, and there's a nice seating meeting area here. It feels very kind of it feels a little bit like your Cardinals meeting would meet here, you know, even though it's a kind of Protestant church, I think, but it feels very much like somewhere Cardinals would meet. And then you've got the kind of dome section at the top there. So that is St. Paul's. I will just give you another aerial view.
You did the rounding really good. How it is from inside.
What did I do really good, Dean?
The rounding. How it's rounded.
Oh, the rounding inside. Let's just go back and have a look at that for a second. So, yes, the rounding inside. You mean with the table or like the dome you mean?
The dome, like the gold.
Yeah.
It makes it really round.
It's nice with the lighting, isn't it? As well, you've got that kind of natural lighting in the middle, so it's not too bright, but you kind of get that ominous darkness in the top. I like it. Thank you.
Really good.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and this is your final area view of St. Paul's. So, the garden. Let's just show you the garden before we finish up. We'll do a quick tour of the garden. So, I will just teleport Demon down to the bottom. So here we are. Here is our lovely garden. You can see the dome from the top there. We've just got a nice little pathway. It's not too complicated, nice and simple. Nice benches everywhere, nothing overly complex. Got a nice cherry tree area here. Nice statue. Statues are always very difficult to do in Minecraft. And then you've got a kind of a little area here with a fountain. And then if we head back out.
Hey, there are fish.
There are fish in the fountain, yes.
The salmons.
There they are. They always seem to group together the any kind of NPCs or creatures in Minecraft. It's very funny. And we've ended up with random cows. I did not put this cow here, but here we are. And then, yeah, we just got a little pathway that goes around the side of the cathedral.
Salmons. Here's a
Salmon, yeah, we've got another. I did put salmon. I did put the salmon down, but I didn't put the cows down. I don't know where the cows will come from. That's a strange situation. And then I'm not. Do you know what? I didn't realise there's a tree that's disappeared here. I'm not quite sure why that's happened, guys.
yeah,
But,
I was just wondering as well.
That's interesting. Well, that's gone now. And then, yeah, a nice little sitting area and a little exit here. So that is the cathedral. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour today. Thank you very much for letting us show you around. We hope you enjoyed the video. If there's anything you see you want tours of, anything you want us to show you, any future ideas for videos, please do let us know. We really enjoy having you guys come and watch our videos. It's really fun for us to do. So thank you very much. Have a lovely day and goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, okay. Well, just what's your issue?
Just
Press escape. La la la. Bum, 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 bum. We had a slight technical glitch.